Students, today we will learn exercise 4.1 part 2. Okay, 3 questions we solved in the last class. Now the remaining questions we will solve it in this class. Alright. Now let us see fourth question. Fourth question, write equations for the following statements. So I have selected some questions. So those questions I have solved it here. The remaining questions you have to do after going through the class. Alright. So write equations for the following statements. 2 subtracted from y is 8. 2 subtracted from y is 8. So what is the answer? Y minus 2 is equal to 8. You are subtracting from y. You are subtracting from y. So y should be the first number. Y minus 2 is equal to 8. Alright. Now let us see fifth question. 3/4 of t is 15. 3/4 of t is 15. So how do you write? 3/4 means it's a fraction. 3 upon 4. 3/4 of t means 3 upon 4. It's a fraction. 3 by 4 of t is equal to 15. Okay. Now next question, seventh question. 1/4 of a number x minus 4 gives 4. 1/4 of a number x, that means it's a fraction again. 1 upon 4 of number x. So multiplied by x. 1 upon 4 of number x. Of means you have to multiply always. 1 by 4 x minus 4 is equal to 4. Is equal to 4. Alright. So 1 by 4 x minus 4 is equal to 4. Okay. Now next. 8th question. If you take away 6 from 6 times y, you get 16. If you take away 6 from 6 times y, so 6y has to be written first. 6y minus 6, because you have taken it away, so you have to subtract. So minus 6 is equal to 60. We get 60. If you take away 6 from 6 times y, 6y minus 6, we get 60. Alright. Now let us start fifth question. Write the following equations in statement forms. Okay. So now equations are given. You have to write them in statement form. Okay. So p plus 4 is equal to 15. So what is the answer? The sum of numbers p and 4. The sum of numbers p and 4 is 15. Okay. Very simple to write. Now let us see the second question. M minus 7 is equal to 3. M minus 7 is equal to 3. So how do you write? The answer is 7 is subtracted from m. 7 is subtracted from m is 3. So the number first you have to write it as from m. 7 is subtracted from m is 3. Alright. Now let us see the next question. Fifth question. 3m upon 5 is equal to 6. 3m upon 5 is equal to 6. It's very clear. It's a fraction. Okay. So how do you write? 3/5 of m is equal to 6. See how easy it is. 3/5 of, 3/5 means it is always a fraction. 3 upon 5. 3/5 of m is equal to 6. Okay. Now let us see seventh question. 4p minus 2 is equal to 18. 4p minus 2 is equal to 18. How do you write this? 2 is subtracted from 4 times p. 2 is subtracted from 4 times p is 18. Okay. I hope it is clear. The remaining questions, please solve them. Now let us see sixth question. Set up an equation in the following cases. Set up an equation in the following cases. So he is giving you some problem in English language. We have to write a mathematical equation to this. Like this you have to write. A mathematical equation you have to write for the problem which is written in English language. Alright. So what is the problem here? Irfan says that he has 7 marbles more than 5 times the marbles Parmeet has. Okay. Irfan has 37 marbles. Take M to be the number of Parmeet's marbles. So Parmeet marbles, we have to take it is equal to M. Okay. So let M be the number of marbles that Parmeet has. Now what is the first line he is saying? Irfan says that he has 7 marbles more than 5 times the marbles Parmeet has. So 5 times the marbles Parmeet has. So 5 into M. 5 into M plus 7. Irfan is having marbles. 5 times the marbles of Parmeet. 5 times the marbles of Parmeet plus 7 marbles. More 7 marbles he has. So 5M plus 7 he has. And Irfan is having 37 marbles. Irfan has 37 marbles. So Irfan has 5M plus 7 marbles and Irfan has 37 marbles. So 5M plus 7 is equal to 37. Now let us start next question. In an isosceles triangle, the vertex angle is twice either base angle. The vertex angle is twice either base angle. Let the base angle be B in degrees. Remember that the sum of angles of triangle is 180 degrees. The sum of angles of triangle is 180 degrees. So what is an isosceles triangle? Isosceles triangle is a triangle in which we have two equal sides. Those two equal sides are called as legs. Okay. Those two equal sides are called as legs. And the angle between these two legs is called the vertex angle. Angle between the legs is called the vertex angle. Now, angle between the leg and the third side of the triangle is called the base angle. Okay. Angle between the leg and the third side is called the base angle. These two angles are same. So, isosceles triangle, two sides are equal, two angles are equal. Two base angles are equal, two sides are equal. The length of the sides, two sides are equal. Okay. So, the isosceles triangle means there are two sides which have equal length and there are two angles which are equal. Okay. So, now what is he saying? You take the base angle B in degrees. Take base angle as B. Okay, so this is B degrees and this is also B degrees. So B degrees plus B degrees. Okay. And what is the vertex angle? Vertex angle is twice either base angle. There are two base angles. Alright. There are two base angles. But vertex angle is twice either base angle. One of the angle, vertex angle is twice one of the base angle. So, vertex angle is 2 times B. Vertex angle is 2 times B. Okay. One of the base angle. Now, we know that the sum of angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Alright. Sum of angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So, this is 2B because it is twice of base angle, 1 of base angle. Twice of 1 of base angle 2B, and there are other base angles are B plus B. So 2B plus B is equal to 180 degrees. So 2B plus B is 3B, 3B plus B is 4B. How many B's are there? 2, 3, 4. There are 4 B's. 4B is equal to 180 degrees. So, this is an equation. Is that clear? So, it's a written problem in English. We have formed a mathematical equation to it. Alright. Now, let me explain some points to remember. Let me explain some points to remember here. See, equation example. Equation means it should have an equality sign. So, this is an equation. 4x plus 5 is equal to 10. So, it's an equation because it has equality sign. Alright. Now, second point is 4x plus 5 is greater than 10. 4x plus 5 is greater than 10. This is not an equation because it has greater than symbol. So, other than equality, if you have any other symbol other than equality, that will not be an equation. Okay. Now, solving an equation means getting the answer to an unknown variable. Solving the equation means getting the answer to an unknown variable. You have got some answers of P, M and all that. So, you had to get the value of P and value of M or value of X. So, solving an equation means you to get the value of an unknown variable. Okay. Now, the last point is here, equation has two sides, left hand side and right hand side. So, we write left hand side as LHS and right hand side as RHS. Okay. So, let me explain some more points for the next exercise. Opposites of arithmetical operators. So, opposite of plus is minus, opposite of minus is plus, opposite of multiplication is divided by, opposite of divided by is multiplication. So, why do we learn about the opposite of operators? Because when any number goes to the opposite side of the equation, then operator should also be opposite. When any number goes to the opposite of the equation, then operator should also be opposite. So, there are two sides, left hand side and right hand side. If any number is going from left hand side to right hand side, then operator should be opposite. The operator should be opposite. You have to make it as opposite. Okay. Suppose for example you have x plus 5 is equal to 6. X plus 5 is equal to 6. So, what is x value? Plus 5, if it goes to the right hand side, it becomes minus 5. You understood? What is opposite of plus? Minus. So, x plus 5 is equal to 6. So, x equal to 6. This plus 5, if it goes to the other side of the equation, it becomes minus 5. Okay. Similarly, let me take the second example. X minus 7 is equal to 8. Okay. Now, I want to take this minus sign to the right hand side. What is the minus? Opposite of minus? It is plus. So, 8 is already there, and this if minus 7 goes to the right hand side, it becomes plus 7. So, x becomes 8 plus 7. Do you understand? Minus 7, if it goes to the opposite side of the equation, it becomes plus 7. Opposite. Now, let us take one more example. 5x is equal to 27. 5x is equal to 27. So, I want to take this 5 to the right hand side. So, what is here? What is happening with x for 5? 5 is multiplied by x. 5 is, generally we don't write multiplication symbol, isn't it? So, 5x means 5 is multiplied by x. So, left hand side it is multiplication. So, if it goes to the right hand side, it has to divide. Okay. So, x is equal to 27 upon 5. X equal to 27 upon 5. Okay. Now, here 5 is in the numerator. If there is nothing in the denominator, we have to treat the number as numerator. So, 5 is in the numerator. If it goes to the other side of the equation, it comes into denominator. Okay. Now, let us see the same kind of problem here. 27 upon 5 into x is equal to 11. 27 upon 5 into x equal to 11. So, 27 by 5 I want to take it to the right hand side of the equation. 27 by 5 I want to take it to the right hand side of the equation. then it becomes the reciprocal of 27. Just numerator becomes the denominator, denominator becomes numerator. It becomes opposite. So 5 upon 27. It becomes 5 upon 27 into 11. Okay. So when it goes to this side, you will write 5 by 27 multiplied by 11. Okay. Do you understand? 27 upon 5 into x is equal to 11. So if I want to take 27 by 5 to the right hand side, I have to reverse it. Numerator I have to write in the denominator, denominator I have to write in the numerator. So 5 upon 27 into 11. Okay. Similarly, let us also take one more example. X upon 5 is equal to 12. X upon 5 is equal to 12. Now what I want to do? I want to take this 5 to the right hand side. I want to take this 5 to the right hand side. So what I have to do? I will, this 5 here it is dividing x. 5 is dividing x. So here 12 it should multiply. It should multiply because it is dividing on the left hand side. So right hand side it has to multiply. So 12 into 5. Okay. So obviously when it is in the denominator, when you go to the opposite side of the equation, it has to be in the numerator. It has to be in the numerator. So 12 into 5. I hope you have understood. Now let us see some more examples. When something we want to do, plus, minus, into, divided by with any number in the equation, we have to do on both sides of the equation with the same number and same operator. So suppose you want to do anything with the equation. This is another thing you are learning. You want to do anything with the equation. You want to plus the equation, or you want to minus the equation, or you want to multiply the equation, or you want to divide the equation. Anything you want to do it, you have to do on both sides, left hand side and right hand side, and also with the same sign. With the same sign you have to do it on left hand side and right hand side. Suppose for example, what I want to do here, 5 plus x equal to 25. I want to subtract. So I will subtract from LHS and I will subtract from RHS also. So I want to subtract 5 from the equation. So I will subtract 5 from LHS, 5 from RHS. The equation has to be balanced. The equation has to be balanced. If you don't do this, then the equation will be invalid equation. It won't be an equation. You have to do in both left hand side and right hand side. Otherwise it becomes an imbalance equation. Okay. So suppose for example, in the second example, 10x equal to 220. 10x equal to 220. So I want to add a number 5 to the equation. So I will add on the left hand side and I will add on the right hand side also. Okay. So left hand side and right hand side should be treated equally to balance the equation. Equation means equal. They should be equal. So anything you will do it on both sides. Plus, minus, into, divided by, anything you will do it on both sides. Left hand side, right hand side. Now suppose for example I have 10x equal to 220. I want to multiply 5. So I will multiply on 5 on left hand side and I will multiply 5 on right hand side also. I will multiply 5 on left hand side. I will multiply 5 on right hand side also. Clear? So this is how you have to do it. Then the equation will not change. Now the last one is 10x equal to 220. 10x equal to 220. Now I want to divide the equation by 2. So I will divide on left hand side by 2 and right hand side is also by 2. Left hand side by 2 and right hand side by 2. Then my equation will be balanced. It won't be invalid. It will be always valid if I do the same thing on left hand side and same thing on right hand side. Okay. If I am dividing, I will divide on both sides. If I am multiplying, I will multiply on both sides. If I am adding, I will add on both sides. If I am subtracting, I will subtract on both sides.